Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer and welcoming today I will be talking with Professor R Vaidyanathan. And many of you may not know this, but PGurus started in Professor RV's office, like literally in IIM Bangalore when we were thinking about different things, and we have come so far, and I'm deeply indebted to Professor RV for his guidance, his wisdom, and his wit that never deserts him. And now let us look at how he looks at the 2024 elections. It's easy to say that Modi is going to win, but you'll never know. Indian electorate is a very, very difficult electorate. So let us welcome Professor RV and get his thoughts on how things are going. Professor RV, namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel. Electorate. So let us welcome Professor RV and get his thoughts on how things are going. Professor
Thank you, Iyer. There is a background noise in your talk.
How things are going.
Thank you, Iyer. There is a background noise.
Sir, are you listening? Are you wearing headphones, sir? Are you wearing headphones?
There is a background noise.
Professor RV, you need to wear headphones. Are you wearing headphones? It's coming from your phone, your tablet.
I think Sachin has to look into this.
It's from your side. From your phone, your tablet. Sir, you want to log out and come back in? Yeah, there is echo coming from Professor RV's laptop, and he'll be logging out and coming back in momentarily. But before he does that, may I request all of you to like this video? And Professor RV really likes your comments. Please keep them decent. You can disagree with us, you can dissent with us, but please don't use unparliamentary language. That is my only request. We are very, very tolerant of contrarian opinion. We never shun those things away. Try as much as possible. We don't delete your comments. Sometimes the filtering is applied by YouTube, and that's what sometimes why it doesn't appear. Sir, say something, sir.
I hope now it's better.
Perfect. Go ahead, sir.
So, namaskaram, namaste, vanakkam. As usual, Iyer has not mentioned. I would like all of you to subscribe to the channel. And also, I would like as many as you to become members of this family, because Iyer has been running this for quite a number of years, putting everything from his pocket. I will be very frank about it, and I think sometime or other he should break even and he should be able to have some cash flows. It can't be a permanent social service from the point of view. And he has been some of you may or may not know, he is a very major serial entrepreneur. He has been into various type of activities. For instance, he has made an USB which cannot be broken. And it is, even if you put a truck over that, nothing will happen to that USB stick. It's sort of CIA was using that USB stick. I can be very frank with you. So he has been into a lot of these diverse things, but now he is more focusing on these PGurus in multilingual. I think time has come for you to show some affection and love for him, not just in terms of sentiment, but in terms of bank account. So I should tell you this. And of course, Sachin is our backbone in terms of preparing the technical issues as well as the other type of coordination and hectic activity I am sure Sachin is involved in. I thank him also. And today, of course, a day of results are in. December 3, everybody was waiting, and all that is come. And as far as I am concerned, just from Rajasthan has not been a surprise at all, because it's a revolving door type of government in Rajasthan, except the margin that we will come to later. But otherwise, it was very much expected that this is the time for the other side, that is the BJP to. It has been like that for a long period of time. And that Rajasthan and, if I remember correctly, Karnataka are two states where This revolving door activity is very much common. Madhya Pradesh is the greatest surprise, according to me, not the victory. Victory is, everybody was predicting in terms of seesaw and other thing, but it was no seesaw, it was only saw. So one side, it's such a, sort of a brutal majority, unbelievable actually. And they have done extremely well in the tribal belt as well as in the SC belt, overcoming all type of, what predictions and other thing. One of the major reason, let me now itself say, both in Chhattisgarh and in Madhya Pradesh, the tribal and the SC belt has helped because of the work of RSS. RSS has put in lot of work in these areas in terms of Ekal Vidyalaya, in terms of Vanavasi Kendras and other thing. The only thing is it is not well advertised or it is not in the newspapers or anything. But silent work, it helps a lot. The same thing is going to happen in Tamil Nadu. We will come to that. The other thing is the results from Chhattisgarh. That is also a major surprise. The gap. Raman Singh in the morning itself told, third morning, that lotus is going to bloom in Chhattisgarh. Many people took it in a skeptical way or something. But one of the important points which many are forgetting it, something like 5-6 years, why 5-6 years, 10 years before, there were 121 districts in the country were affected by the Red Terror. It used to be told that it is starting from the
Tirupati to Pashupati.
Pasupati to Tirupati. That used to be the red corridor. It used to be told. But now it is talked about in terms of number of police stations only, number of thanas. Something like 40 plus, if I remember, or 50 plus thanas are only affected areas. There has been a remarkable change which has come about. And in Chhattisgarh, the Nakshal prone areas have overwhelmingly not only voted, they have voted for BJP. This is something very, very interesting. A lot of single teacher schools have started, and lot of small economic entrepreneurship and activities have been encouraged. So to that extent, there is I would say, I would not only just say for the election purpose, but the important transformation which is taking place in the red corridor is something which has to be noted and which is to be recognized. The other one is, of course, Telangana. So much has been talked and so much has been told about it. See, hubris is what you may loosely call in terms of, in Tamil, Anavam, or in terms of, considering oneself.
Ahangaram, right? Ahankar.
Arrogance, what you may call. Arrogance of power, arrogance of money, all these things. That destroys a person. In 1996, it has happened to Jayalalitha. She conducted her nephew's marriage and went around with huge amount of unbelievable level of jewelry. He and her friend Shashikala, the Temur, and it became such a. And later on, of course, she lost the poll, and she also committed herself never to wear any jewelry on her body after that. And she never did wear any jewelry, actually. So, hubris is, NCBN is another example. The Chandrababu Naidu, at one point of time, he thought he was the coordinator actually of the then NDA, and he was sort of facilitating all the thing. He puts some 81-point demand on Vajpayee. 81st demand was succeeded by Vajpayee, that is to provide IRDA in Hyderabad. That he thought is not such a. It's also a funny demand because all the major insurance companies are located at Bombay. To locate the regulator in Hyderabad was something very odd, but anyhow, it was provided. And originally, I can share this with you. The name was Insurance Development and Regulatory Authority. At somewhere, some Babu told Chandrababu, sir, this is not the correct thing. It should be Insurance Regulator and Development. First should be, you see, the government mentality is we should regulate first and then only develop, which is not easy actually, which doesn't also come. Anyhow, he was such a, he was given all the awards and he brought in this Microsoft head and this and that. But finally, he sort of he began to act much bigger or much taller than his role. M. Karunanidhi once was asked why he is not aspiring to be a PM. He was one angle he was sensible. He told that I know my height. I do not want to, think beyond my height. What he meant was communicated very nicely, actually. So there are leaders who are, much longer in the position and other things. For instance, you take the Orissa Chief Minister, who has been there for a long period of time, actually. And he knows his level, and he has congratulated the current dispensation, BJP, even though that's one of the major opposition party in Orissa today. But he has congratulated, he has wished him also all the best for, and he has also, last time itself equipped, I only hope he comes to open the Puri airport or something to that effect in 26. Anyhow, the point I want to stress is, hubris will not take you any further in any context and other thing. This is very, very important. People don't mind you being inefficient. People don't mind you being not active, all that thing. But people don't like this hubris that I am the, for instance, KCR, he didn't go to welcome the Prime Minister when he used to come to Telangana. Whatever said and done, all that differences, all that is fine. But he is the PM of the country. It's required for you to show certain. Similarly, the governor also, he totally neglected, he insulted, and this is not a done thing. These are constitutional positions. So you have to show certain amount of respect, and I'm not telling you should fall at their feet or anything, but elementary level of decorum and courtesy need to be shown, which he refused to do. And at one point of time, he was changed his party's name from TRS to BRS, and the people, his own coterie projected him to become Prime Minister. Can you beat this? He was having prime ministerial ambition. He was not even joining this dot alliance, I.N. D. etc. And his daughter was going around talking everywhere about his greatness and how he is PM material. This thing doesn't work actually, and these things are not appreciated. So the most important point is a certain amount of humility is expected. It's not that you fall at the feet of everybody or anything like that. Humility in terms of not being very arrogant. And this happens to many of these F20, as I call them, family 20 parties. All these parties, we call it dynasty. Dynasty doesn't mean many a time some of the DMK followers and others, even in Congress, they immediately point out Amit Shah's son is in the BCCI, and Vasundhara Devi's son is also in the politics, and that is not dynasty. What we mean by dynasty is controlling a political party and handing over to the next generation. That is, for instance, Mulayam Singh Yadav, then this Lalu Prasad Yadav, then your KCR, then Sharad Pawar. All these are family-based parties whose succession is their children. That's a very fundamental thing. In the case of DMK, it's very interesting. The party formation, there were 7 people, and Karunanidhi was not one of them. He was not even a founder of the party. He later entered the party during Annamalai time and hijacked or captured.
Sir, for record's sake, can you list the 7 names, sir? Can you please list the 7 names?
Sorry?
Can you please list the 7 names, sir? DMK founders?
Not all 7. I have the list here, right?
Okay.
Annadurai himself, actually. Then Nadarajan, Madhyadagan, all these people. M. Karunanidhi name is not there in the 7, actually. He is not a founder of DMK. That's very well-known fact, actually. He later, and he handed it over to his son, who himself is handing it over to his own son. And there are rumors that he might be made a Deputy Chief Minister on Pongal Day, coming January 14th. And anyhow, that is what we call dynasty. All these parties, dynasty parties, are regional parties, and they thrive on either language or caste or some of these issues. And whenever the occasion comes, For instance, when it is required, Sharad Pawar's party take up the reservation issue for the Marathi group. Whenever it is required, whenever it is not required, it is kept in the fridge, or it is kept. These are called in the Russian jargon ambient conflict. That is the coal which is not totally put off, nor it is burning. You keep this pipe in with you, and whenever you want, you make puff, and then it will come up. So this is what, like DMK is keeping this Tamil issue or Kaveri issue, or when they are in power, when they are in center, for instance, they will keep it in the ambient. So these are ambient conflict. So the regional forces, F20s as I call them, from Kashmir to Kottayam, all over the country, these are the parties which have got this, or Ahmedabad to Agartala, because nowadays Kanyakumari to Kashmir, if you say, some people don't like it. They say, why do you call all this, and you are not secular, and so I call it now Kottayam to Kohima. That is a much better way to express it, perhaps. Anyhow, so all these F20s are on a rampage, and many of them develop this hubris after a period of time. What is their primary purpose? Is to accumulate assets, wealth, and that is the reason why they become dynasty party. This is another interesting thing people forget. When I have accumulated so much amount of assets, whom do I leave them? I can't leave it to some other party functionary elected or anything. I have to leave, and these are not in terms of lakhs, or they are talking in terms of thousands of crores. I remember when I was in school, T.T. Krishnamachari was the finance minister. That time on Mundra, one of the official gave one of the businessmen got a loan from LIC. That would have been 80,000 or 90,000 or exact amount, area less than 1 lakh. And there was such a hue and cry telling that Krishnamachari is the one who influenced or facilitated Mundra to get that loan. And finally, he has to resign as finance minister. Can you beat this? For a loan of less than 1 lakh, he has to resign. Today, what is talked about is in, not even hundreds of crores. It's in thousands of crores. The other day, one engineer was arrested for having some 40 lakh or something unaccounted cash at his home. All other engineers told, we will go on strike. I asked them why. I told, it's the greatest insult, sir. What is this? For our position, for our status, only 40 lakh was found. At least 1 crore, or, some level should have been there. We are all hurt, actually, deeply feeling about it. And so this is the type of situation. All of them earn huge amount of fund. And where to leave the funds? This is people don't recognize or realize that the funds accumulated has to be left, and it can be left only with the children. And the children can hope to control it, regulate it, only if they are in political power. That is why the thing has been handed over. Because if there is a case against them, they can always say it is a political vendetta. The opposition is not liking us to be. If they are not in politics, their probability of losing these funds is very high. So this is something which is the reason why the dynasty is perpetuated once you accumulate enough wealth. And post accumulation of wealth, you generate arrogance. And that is what is not loved by the people or liked by the people. I feel this F20 is having their own crisis now. F20 is actually the dot alliance. The highest capital F is the Congress party, which is having the mother, son, daughter, all these people in position. And poor this Mallikarjun Kharge is struggling. He has been assigned the task of appointing. It was told the chief minister for Telangana, but everybody knows who is the primary person who will select. The point is the F20, including the primary F, big F, is having deep difficulties in every of the states. And that is why this dot alliance is nothing but the alliance of F20. All the families have come together And their 1-point program is how to protect their wealth accumulated over a period of time. This is and their huge amount of funds is available with them. And they will go to any extent. For instance, some of you may be following what is happening in Tamil Nadu. The state government agency is now sent as a bulldog against ED. And ED people are raided, and ED office is raided, and quite a number of documents have been taken over by the state government agencies. It's becoming a very, very big, what one can call unbelievable type of a fight between center and state. So the point I want to make is very important. Between today and 24, the decline of the F20 is going to be a very major issue, and they are not going to accept it. It's going to be, they will go to any level. Already they are talking about north, south. Their caste census did not work much, that card. And then Hindu-Muslim card is also not helping them much. So they will try to get some new issues, and they would not take it lying down, the defeat. And the funds available with them are phenomenal. They would go any extent to protect it. And mark my word, declining forces are dangerous. Declining forces are more dangerous than forces which are on upswing. So between today and 24, there is going to be a huge task. They have also found this remedy is not by itself going to help. It helped them in Karnataka. To some extent, it has helped them in Telangana. But more important is, it's not helping them in Chhattisgarh or in Madhya Pradesh. So, the two agendas they thought will help. If they had won some of these states, they would have requested Kharge to step down and made Priyanka as the president of the Congress party. But that project will be slightly on hold now. So they have to find some new methods. One. Second is the local regional chieftains or F20 members and the Congress will do much damage to the fabric of this country. Mark my word, before the next Lok Sabha election, they would not mind even not having the election. They may even announce grandly in the end that they are boycotting the election, as in Bangladesh the opposition is doing. These are my premonitions. These are not my wishes or anything. These are my premonitions. So the declining forces are very, very dangerous. And that is what I would like to mention. The north-south is an absurd thing. For instance, you look at, I think many of them have not looked at the map of India. Goa is below Telangana. So why Goa is not included in the south? You tell me one good reason. Telangana is included in the south, but because Goa has got the BJP minister. Pondicherry is in the south. Home Minister of Pondicherry belongs to BJP. And out of 120 plus 126 or something, exact number, 30 MPs are from south for BJP. Last time they won phenomenally in some of these states like Karnataka. Karnataka last time they won something like 26 out of 28. Of course, Gujarat they won 26 out of 26. Rajasthan 25 out of 25. MP 28 out of 29. Chhattisgarh 9 out of 11. Then Maharashtra 23 out of 48. That time it was a different combination. Bihar 17 out of 40. Again different combination. UP 71 out of 80. Now, will they be able to sustain all this is another major thing. But given the sweep in MP and Rajasthan, to me it seems that West and North is very much with them. And they may be able to repeat. More important is, can they pick up more in South? I'm very confident, given the hubris of these F20, they would be able to do much better in the South and East. These are the two weak spots for the NDA. and their chances of getting a majority 272 is improving, or rather I won't say 400 another thing. I'm not one of those what one can call jumping with such a big type of a dream, another thing. I feel their chances of, I was always thinking in terms of 250, but now 272 maybe. I think let us wait and see what type of decisions these dot alliance do. If they do more damage to themselves between now and 24, it's going to be very important, and it's very important for the democratic system of India. If they begin to boycott the poll, it will not be good, actually. My own reading is this dot alliance will split. It cannot be, because there are several competing prime ministerial aspirants. We have Kejriwal, we have Mamata Banerjee, we have, I do not know, some people are pushing even Stalin to be having a, why not give it a try, another thing. Then we have, of course, our eternal waiting on west side is Sharad Pawar, and east side Nitish Kumar. So all these people. So as of now, only one prime minister is accepted by the constitution. I do not know the nuances whether one can have two prime minister, or we had a two deputy prime minister. A deputy prime minister is not a incidentally in our context legal acceptance. It's only the convention. There is no legal position called deputy prime minister or deputy chief minister. These are all told by convention. Number two. Yes.
Sir, one question. When the Janata Party was in power, and when Morarji Desai used to travel, who was chairing the cabinet, sir?
Who was?
Chairing the cabinet. Chairing the cabinet.
He was not allotting it to anyone else.
I see.
He was only traveling locally.
No, but initially, first few months, he traveled all over the world.
Yeah, but even then, he was, for instance, now also, when Modi travels to other parts of the world, he doesn't allocate any other person to, right? Cabinet meetings are not held or anything. That's all. Normally, when a person is extremely sick, or is in is in ICU or something, not able to respond, but even in that context, I can mention to you, M.G. Ramachandran won the election from US, actually. He was in
from his hospital bed,
in deathbed, God knows. Anyhow, so normally they don't have another person to head or anything, right? Anyhow, so far, to the best of my knowledge, I think the legal beagles can clarify on this, whether there can be two prime ministers. I think we can ask our expert Delhi Rajagopal also about it, because he may be having more insight, right? In which case we can have three PMs, and will that be a very desirable thing? I am not going to comment on that, but IND alliance future is a major question mark in terms of again the hubris of the Congress. Congress could have been more accommodative. They told this alliance is only for the central election and not for the state poll. They could have given some seats to, not that the other the SP or anybody would have swept Madhya Pradesh or anything, but at least they could have been given. And instead of Congress losing it, SP could have lost it. It doesn't really what one can call but it would have brought in more peace and happiness among its what one can call other parties. So that is something which we have to be, and I am really worried about the behavior of this F20 between now and 24. Some people treat as if Raghul is a joker, and I don't. I think that's really a silly argument. He is not. He is actually an extremely clever person. Except his cleverness doesn't help him to become leader in the sense of capture power. But he is very clever. He has got his own way of doing things. He has a set of advisors who are more clever than him, perhaps. So let's wait and watch how it develops in the coming period. Okay.
Thank you, sir. One question. You always have an insight that is different from what the nation sees. What do you attribute to the success of Congress in Telangana? And I'll set the context. 2 days after Udhayanidhi Stalin made the statement, what happened was in 100 Telangana temples, 100 temples, where there is a dwaram, where you dwaram to the temple, right? The main door. Dvajastambams, before that, there's the main entrance, dwaram to the temple. People had put a picture of Udaynidhi Stalin, so that anybody who's stepping out of the temple will step on that guy's face. That was the kind of anger that Telangana people had at Udaynidhi Stalin. And why did Congress get punished for that in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh? Because after Udaynidhi Stalin, Priyank Kharge also said something similar, and so did Mallikarjun Kharge. Now, why is it that Telangana escaped all this?
I would beg to differ. Here, I feel Hindutva did not play any role at all in these polls. Every poll, people tend to think, oh, Hindus are uniting. People don't go and vote as Hindus. People go and vote as Muslims, definitely. People go and vote in some pockets, at least as Christians, not as this Hindu thing is, I think, only in the social media and in the other popular fora. It's not the vote has not been provided to any party based upon the Hindu religion so far, according to me. People vote based upon certain other criteria, including caste, of course, very important criteria. For instance, so many people have already analyzed, I don't want to get into that. The caste combination done by Congress in Telangana has been very nice, very good. The combo of Velama, Reddy, and this Kamas and SCST, various combination in different constituencies, providing them in terms of leadership roles and other things. So this, I think, I may be pardoned for being imprudent, right? I think we experts only in the TV channels talk about Hindutva, and ordinary people. I don't think is really concerned or worried about it, right? That's what Hindu vote bank should develop. That's definite, but today it is not there. Maybe over a period of time, it might develop. We have to wait and see.
Thank you, sir. Now let's take a few questions from our viewers. Hrithik Great wants to know, Professor RV, why Tamil Nadu new generation are interested in Annamalai and BJP instead of Dravidian ideology?
This is very common and natural. It's a cycle. Let's be very clear about it. The Dravidian cycle of 70 years of rule. The younger generation is not very enthusiastic about this alliteration and grand speeches and other things, right? That's not their cup of tea. Actually, they want something new, something different, which Annamalai is providing. Basically, Annamalai is providing them data, providing them analysis, and Annamalai is the first leader, to the best of my knowledge, who is asking the student to study, who is asking the student to focus on jobs, who is asking, this is not done in Tamil Nadu at all. If you ask student to study, you are considered as somebody who is a very rude person. But he is telling it, he is telling to the face. And that, I think, is his USP. Okay.
Next question, please. Thank you, Full Metal Heart. Sir, how will upcoming opening of big infra projects influence 2024 elections? Trans Harbour Link, Chenab Bridge, Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, and many others.
No, that's not going to. I don't think. You see, there are two issues. Immediate consumption, immediate benefit is revenue. That is what it has been told that is going to help. And these are long-term benefit. Whether a harbor link or Chenab Bridge and other thing are long-term benefit. And that is, one has to wait for the benefit to come. And by and large, public is much more enthusiastic about immediate benefits. This is something which we should. And the other thing is this what is that Adani. Those things people are not enthusiastic or interested. If you say Adani has become richer, okay, and somebody says that Adani has become poorer by 2 million, as if 100 million is net worth has come down. Am I to send him some couple of rupees to help him to meet his lunch expenses or what? See, I think the political parties are also to have a dimension about on which they are talking about another thing. Okay.
Sir, before we go to the next question, I have a small update. Many of you have been asking what happened to the order of mini Sangol that you had made. I have some updates. The consignment is expected to clear customs this week, and towards the end of the week, if nothing untoward happens, so far I don't see anything going wrong, we will start shipping these things out to various people in the United States. So thank you for your patience. It's just that it's a little bit more complex than we thought, and we are making sure that we have enough samples so that there is some redundancy also. So thank you once again for all your support. There is another sequence of units that we have started selling. We will not be able to satisfy all the orders that we have got thus far. So we request you to consider ordering some more, maybe after you see this single. That way I can build up the next order. And we are also trying to lower the price of this mini single so that it becomes affordable in India. Right now, price is our biggest challenge. And this is where we are really focusing our efforts on. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question.
Thank you, RV. Thank you, Iyer. Next time when we meet, I hope I will be able to buy one of those sangols, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You bring a couple of them to India.
Sir, it's so beautifully done, sir. You can see the Nandi and you can even see his horns. You can see his ears.
It's metal, right?
Yeah, no, it's not metal, sir. It is 3D material, sir. 3D material.
Oh, okay. When you come to India, kindly bring a couple of them for us.
Will do, sir. Will do. It's a beautiful piece of architecture.
We will pay and buy it. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Next question, please. Neta Mafia wants to know, will the rout of Congress in Mizoram help in exposing the fake narrative on Manipur by breaking India Mafia?
Yeah. You see this. Nobody takes this breaking India very seriously. In the Manipur context, particularly, you might have read in the papers about the agreement signed between one of the oldest revolutionary group of Manipur and the government of India in terms of that. See, many of these groups are over a long period of time developed, and they have their own way of collecting taxes, and their Khajana is very full actually. Many of them have got huge amount. In the context of global, for instance, LTT, that has got huge amount collected globally. And now all these small fellows are trying to get enough share of that and other. Same way, in Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, many places, the private tax collection by these tribal, these various so-called revolutionary group is very high actually. Everybody knows about it. The truck people and other thing, they carry enough cash to disperse. At this place you have to give 1,000, at this place you have to give. So this is the thing. The source of funding, once it is cut, then it would become, and the age-old wisdom of that Watergate is follow the money trail. Very simple. That was the advice provided to the two journalists. Follow by deep throat. Follow the money trail. So the same way, so this whether it is Mizoram or whether it is Manipur, I always used to believe what the national security advisors used to those days say, follow the money trail. Okay.
Next one. Thank you, Full Metal Heart. Sree Iyer sir, please influence Indians in USA to lobby for India. Casteist Reddy and Kamma send hundreds of crores to respective parties. I appeal as a Reddy. You are right. But also, I have to tell you, it is not something that is localized to Telangana. Now, every community in India has their point person here. somebody who doesn't have really a job, but that person's job is to make sure that the assets are collecting rent, and that if there's a new tranche of money coming in, which bank to put it, how to launder it, which tax haven gives you what kind of benefits. This is all these people are doing. White collar crime is at its highest today. Sir, there are, you go to Rangana, you grew up in Ranganathan Street, Professor RV, so I can ask you this, you can relate to this. Remember that Saravana stores, the one that sells all the vessels that you can think of, you can even dream of. Tomorrow's, day after tomorrow's vessels also you will find there. You see stores like that in El Camino Real, which is the main street where a lot of Indian shops are in US, in Bay Area, sir, in Sunnyvale, the cities. Huge store, not one person going in or coming out, not one person shopping there. But this thing is there for years. Why are they keeping this facade? I have no clue, sir.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. So the problem needs to be solved in India. You have to shut down the Hawala people. And it's a long story, okay? You should read my books. You can tell how complex this web has become now. And how, where to start is an important point. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. I mean, my heart bleeds for India because there is so much talent, and that talent is not finding the resources it needs to succeed. You take stock market, for example. I've been very critical of the Securities Exchange Board of India. In fact, Professor RV, my good friend, was on many SEBI committees. He was a SEBI member for a long time. He has been telling so many things that can be changed. But nothing happens. There is an entrenched mafia of some sort, market mafia, that is basically dictating everything. So anyway, so these are all, I'm hoping the third term with nobody in sight in opposition, that Modi has a clear free hand that he can go about cleaning some of these things. You have to be ruthless. I'm telling you, you have to be ruthless. Like the way Vivek Ramaswamy is saying here, right? I will completely disband the FBI. I'll completely disband the Department of Education. He may not do all of it, but that fear has to be there in the government officials. Today, they think they are kings. That is a major reset that is needed. Professor RV, next question, sir, with your permission.
Yeah.
Kumud Pushkarna, thank you so much for your generous donation. Next one. Chaitanya Takle wants to know, how is your health now, sir? How come Udaynidhi changed his stance on Sanathan recently?
I don't think he changed it. They have that age-old DMK, DK tactics. You will say something, later on you will say that, that is what you didn't say. And, these are, but he is primarily standing with his original proposition that Sanathan Dharma has to be abolished. There is no, and then he says he is equating Sanathan Dharma to caste. He wants to abolish caste and, all that. Nothing has changed.
Next one, please. Magnet Ranga wants to know, Namaskaram. Are exit polls also rigged? If so, why? Professor Abi, this is to you, sir. Exit polls. Are
exit polls, I don't think they are rigged, but they are sort of having their own, the bias and other things. And another thing is what is the coverage, how much they are, is the reach. Sometimes they take 1,000 samples and then, boost it. How scientific the survey is also very important, right? So, I would not say all of them or anything. Many of them are done by, ignorant people, which, provide a wrong type of results.
Ranganath, you may want to watch JVC Sriram's hangout with me yesterday. I think it came out maybe early in the morning today. 6 a.m. I think we released it. What he found on the ground on Chhattisgarh. That is something that all these pollsters missed. Just watch that video, you'll understand. Next one, sir. Sudesh Nair wants to know, is it true that the young generation are more nationalistic, being aware of all the threats thanks to new channels on social media?
I would, I would not say more nationalistic. I would say they are less anti-nationalistic. that would be much, in a sense of grouping, sense of belonging and other thing are there, relatively, compared to the 60s and 70s, where this idea of nationalism or anti-nationalism was not even prevalent. People were going on their own task and other thing till 1962 Indo-China war. That's the first time where people began to think themselves as Indians. Where are we, what type of danger we are facing and other thing. Otherwise, so the younger generation is less anti-nationalistic. Let us put it like this. I hope I am not very wrong.
Sir, sir, you are double negative, sir, nothing else. Minus times minus is plus, sir.
No, some of these, of course, is, some of these, I would say is, not fully verified in the sense. That's a very tricky type of a thing. But one thing is sure, that the fake currency was pumped in by a good amount from the Pakistan side. And one of the reason given is the common printing facility of Switzerland, which were used by both the countries. That's sure. And
sir,
that would have
sir, it is United Kingdom, sir. United Kingdom, de la Rue.
Right. Okay.
𝗣𝗽𝗲𝗂𝘁 have written 2 books on this. 2 books. Paper in, Money Out, and Who Painted My Money White. Do read those things. You will understand the entire operation, how it was planned. Of course, it's a book of fiction. Anything that might be said there that is at variance with the reality is because it is purely in my imagination. I was merely connecting the dots. Next one. Sandeep K, thank you so much. Do you not think removing Bandi Sanjay in Telangana backfired? If yes, what is there for BJP in Telangana in 2024?
No, these are, it's very easy for us to be outside the party and make all these comments, but these are the decisions taken by party based upon, I am sure, so many type of inputs, and the party doesn't function something like X or Y immediately, another thing. So, for instance, there was a decision to replace this person. What was this? Currently, who is the central minister also in Tamil Nadu, by Annamalai. Before him, what was his name? I am not immediately getting it. Sorry. The scheduled caste leader who was,
Oh, 𝗚𝗚𝘅.
No. BJP chief.
Oh, Murugan, Dr. L. Murugan.
So, that time there was a lot of criticism. Why do you change Murugan into Annamalai? And I would not make much issue about, these are inner party issues. I would leave it, because the proof of the pudding is in the eating. If this has not worked, then people begin to criticize why remove Bandi Sanjay. And if it has worked, for instance, then they would say it was a good decision. So, by and large, I don't get into these inside party, issues and other things.
And also, I heard Bandi Sanjay lost. So next.
Here, 1 second, I am trying to give you the names of people who founded the DMK.
Yes. Go ahead, sir. While Professor RV is looking for the names, are you ready, sir? I can give one story.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Thought provocateur wants to know, why have the politicians made wealth creation into a sin when it is the Indian culture of wealth creation through legal means and spending for Dharma?
I don't, to the best of my knowledge, I have never heard about a politician wanting to spend for Dharma, after making a lot of this money. I know a lot of business people who make money, in a very, what one can call, not so legal way, but to provide a huge amount of money for Dharma. But the political people, by and large, accumulate it for their own children and for their own relatives and friends and other things. Right? Okay.
Yes, yes. 𝗒𝙗𝘃 𝗍𝗂𝘀 wants to know, if BJP is confident of their ideology and truly against nepotism, why have they made a pre-poll alliance with JDS in Karnataka?
As I told earlier, I do not get into these inner party issues and other thing. Basically, I think ideology per se may not necessarily bring you votes. This is very important. If you stick to ideology, which Janasangh used to stick to in the Tamil Nadu in the 70s and 80s, they used to get some 2000 votes or something. So it's not just the ideology per se. How much amount of it you are able to, dilute, what one may use the word, or how much you can propagate it among others, and what type of alliances. Here, for instance, it is common knowledge that JDS is extremely popular in certain pockets of Mandya, Shimoga, in adjacent to Bangalore and other things. And JDS itself was finding it difficult because it was feeling Congress is eating it into its vote bank. So there was a situation where they were worried their party will get wiped out. So they wanted to have some amount of. Incidentally, quite a number of years before, you may recollect, JDS and BJP actually formed a government, and HDK was the chief
Kumaraswamy
minister.
was the chief minister. HDK was the chief minister, but then something happened.
So
Finish that story. You tell the story start, but you don't finish it. How did it end? How did it end?
You know that. Okay.
All right. That brings us to a close of today's program. As always, a pleasure having you, Professor RV, on our channel. And viewers, you have reposed your confidence in PGurus by coming in large numbers to listen to Professor RV again. We would like him to be a regular. He's much better health now. It's just simple things. Cities have become dirty now. Just to breathe also is becoming harder these days. So understand, in Bangalore, what happens is, because it is at such a high altitude, 800 meters above sea level, like 2,000 feet. Bangalore, a lot of things don't go away. The previous light smog from all the vehicles will be there for the next light also. So you see that smog keeps building up. One day you step out on the street and you come back with all sorts of things inside your body. So this is the clear and present danger. But Professor RV is getting healthy, and we wish him very good health. Professor RV, thank you so much, sir. And namaskar once again, viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
I will send you by SMS the 5 founders, right?
Yeah, we'll tweet it out. We'll tweet it out, and Professor RV will also be tagged on that.
Sure.
So we do closure, right? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.